Shields up, Paladins, and welcome to a For Honor Hero Guide. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'll be talking to you all about the Warden and how I like to use this particular character. The Warden is one of the Vanguard characters within the Knight faction. He has an easy difficulty rating, as well as he has an adaptable fighting style, plus a straightforward strategy. His base stats are his health is set to 130, his stamina is set to 120, and his sprint speed is set to 2.4 milliseconds. With all this being said and done, let's go ahead and jump right on over to his feats. His tier 1 feats are Body Count, which is a passive ability. Killing a soldier grants you health and stamina. Conquer, which is a passive ability. Conquer and upgrade control zones faster. And Come At Me, which is gain more renown from kills, but take more damage from attacks. His tier 2 feats are Inspire, which is nearby allies deal more damage and soldiers fight faster. Fiat Lux, throw a flash grenade that blinds enemies for a few seconds. And Thick Blood, which is a passive ability. If hit with bleed, gain protection from bleed for 3 seconds. His tier 3 feats are Second Wind, which is recover some of your health. Pugno Mortis, which is throw an explosive projectile dealing damage over an area. And Takedown, which make enemies fall to the ground. And finally, with his tier 4, we have Catapult, which is called Catapult Strike to deal massive damage over an area. Stalwart Banner, which is nearby allies continuously regain health. And then finally, Morale Booster, improve damage for you and your allies for a short duration. Now, the Warden has a lot of great feats here and a lot of things you can kind of mix and match. Since I like to play Breach and Dominion a lot of the times, what I like to do is I like to switch up for his tier 1. Sometimes I'll have Body Count, other times I'll have Conqueror on. It really depends, because both work great in Breach and Dominion. Conquer is great for capturing the zones A, B, and C, or really A and C in Dominion, or sometimes B, depending on the map. And then Breach is great for capturing the ramparts. So that's great to have for Conquer. But sometimes if someone has, I believe the perk is Clever Tactics, that also helps with that as well. So it's almost 90% of the time great to have Body Count, just because you're killing soldiers, you're getting some health, some stamina back as well. Come At Me, in my personal opinion, is really a useless perk. Why would you want to take more damage from attacks just to gain more renown? Whenever Breach is a long enough gain, you are most likely going to get all 4 of your feats. So there's really no point in that. His tier 2, again, a lot of cool things that you can probably mix and match here. Thick Blood is always a good ability to have, but most of the time there are times that you won't run into anybody on the enemy team that's causing any bleed. So then at that point in time, that's really a useless feat to have, because no one's causing bleed. So in that point, I usually rock almost all the time Inspire, just because 1, allies deal more damage, plus if you are attacking, or if you are defending while playing Breach, you can use Inspire for your pikemen to attack the ramp a lot faster. This also helps whenever you are attacking. You can speed up how quickly you are boosting the ram as well whenever it's at the gates. So hence why I usually like to run Inspire in that particular case. His tier 3, in my personal opinion, I always run Second Wind. Pugno Mortis is great, but if you're in a 1v1 situation, it is very telegraphed. People will most likely roll out of it. You might catch somebody with it, but again, it's really, in my personal opinion, not that useful unless you're catching somebody off guard with it. Now, if you are playing Dominion, that might be very, very good, simply because you can chuck that on possibly B to kill those minions to help you capture it quicker. So that's kind of a, it depends on the game mode of what you're playing. Takedown, I don't personally use it. The only time that I could see that being useful is if you might have a Jormungandr on your team. Go ahead, use Takedown, throw down the enemy with a throw. He gets his punish, which does 50 damage, plus you can get a heavy on top of that, plus if anyone's around, might be able to kill whoever you're all going after or anything like that. But in my personal opinion, since I usually play Breach, the second wind is my go-to to help me stay off of that healing zone a lot. Because we all know that healing zone does get it does get camped quite a bit if you are playing Breach. And finally, his tier 4. His tier 4, it depends if I'm attacking or defending. If I am defending, it's Stalwart Banner. Just because you can put Stalwart Banner down, boom, that's healing up your commander right at the end. It's great to have. If the commander stays in a full Stalwart Banner, you're looking at least 2.5 blocks of health that he's going to regain if he stays in the full thing, and that can simply be a game changer right there in itself. Plus, it's another healing device to help you stay away from going to most likely the camped healing zone. Now, if I am attacking, I will be going Morale Booster. Morale Booster is a great thing to have because most likely there will be someone rocking Fear itself. Almost every Aramusha, almost even a Peacekeeper, whoever has Fear itself, the Assassins I know have it. That on top of Fear itself or on top of any buff or debuff is great to have. It can rinse almost everybody, and it's just a good ability to have overall. Catapult, I don't use that anymore, simply because it one takes too long to call in, and secondly, whenever people do hear it, they just instantly roll out of the way. You cannot use that on the commander. If he is just standing there, he will walk out of it, so you can't whack him with it unless he is busy dealing with somebody else. Then that might be the time to do it, but again, it doesn't deal that much damage to the commander, nor does it really do a whole lot of anything else. Plus, you're also doing some friendly damage there as well, so you gotta watch out for that. But my go-to would be Stalwart Banner and Morale Booster, depending if I'm attacking or defending. Now, the perks that I would go with him would be Devour, Endurance, and Fresh Focus. Devour on top of body count does help quite a bit. Endurance, anything to help you keep your endurance up, specifically with your Jormungandrs, is great. And then on top of that, Fresh Focus. Now, whenever you are out of stamina, you can use Fresh Focus to any guard break or block or anything like that to help get your stamina back. So, those would be the 3 perks that I would recommend for him. Everything else is kind of a hit or miss with him. I usually don't do that. So now, on top of that, let's go ahead and jump right on over to his hero-specific moveset, which is very, very small compared to a lot of other heroes that we've actually been talking about. But on the screen right now, you are seeing the hero tactics for what the game is wanting to teach you about the Warden. So, with all that being said, the combos will be up on the screen. I'm just going to talk about what he can and cannot get with Renown, Revenge Mode, and all that other fun stuff. So, Renown. Earn more Renown and outnumber fights by controlling objectives and killing enemy soldiers to unlock your feats in a match. Revenge Mode boosts damage and health. All attacks are uninterruptible. Parries and throws knock down enemies, and attacks are auto-parried upon activation. Your light attack combo, if a side light opener hits, the second light from the same direction is guaranteed but deals less damage. Crushing Counter-Strike, top light opener has superior block property during the startup. You use it to counterattack. Attack becomes unblockable and has enhanced damage after a counter. Chain starters, zone attack, rushing slash, and valiant breakthrough can be chained into a heavy finisher. Charging shoulder bash. Shoulder bash can be held to delay the move, on top of slightly increasing the speed at which the Warden dashes. A full charge shoulder bash. If a shoulder bash is fully charged, it will have uninterruptible properties. Light attack to shoulder bash. So in this case, you'll press X, since we are on PS4, after any light attack to start charging into a shoulder bash. Shoulder bash cancel, which you'll press circle to cancel, or which pretty much any feint that you want to do within For Honor's circle on PS4, of course. And then the shoulder bash chain is if a shoulder bash successfully hits an opponent, Warden can immediately begin a chain starter. And then finally, unblockable top heavy finisher. Top heavy finishers are always unblockable. So that doesn't mean if you're going light, heavy. So you got your two-sided lights and your top heavy, that's going to be unblockable, but can be parried if you're not careful. And 9 out of 10 times that will always be parried. Hence why a lot of Wardens will feint that top unblockable to set you up for the crushing counter strike and everything like that. So the Warden, even though that he has an easy difficulty rating, he is a Vanguard character, and what I mean by that is that the Warden, I would say, is very easy to use for starting out players and also for people that are veterans of the game, but he is also a character that is very hard to master just because of what you're sitting there and waiting on. There's a lot of times that I've seen Wardens will sit there and specifically wait to attack. There's other Wardens that I'll see go absolutely crazy, when attacking, doing shoulder bash, doing, side lights, doing feinting this, feinting that, just to get the upper hand in the fight. Warden is still a very viable character, and do not get me wrong, but see, there's a lot of things that he has to wait for before he's able to engage, and that goes for any Vanguard character, mind you, is that you have to kind of sit there and wait for the opponent to attack, or wait for someone to throw something before you're able to really engage in that fight. Now, of course, you can do, and what I see a lot of Wardens do, is use that shoulder bash constantly. They'll do light, shoulder bash, light, shoulder bash, light, fully charge the shoulder bash, go into the top heavy. And 9 out of 10 times, boom, you're already dead by that point because you're getting attacked by minions on the side. So that's one of the things that I would say with the Warden, is that he's very easy to use but very hard to master. And once you do master him, you're going to be one of the top of the line Wardens, in my personal opinion. But anyways, that's pretty much about the Warden. Everything that I like to use, that's specifically how I would use them. And of course, you're seeing the footage on the screen of how I did use the Warden within some games as well. So, hopefully you all enjoyed it. If there's something I missed, definitely leave a comment down below. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.